So the first self-improvement related thing that I remember doing was taking cold showers. I was a big fan of Jack Piggott, who was the first self-improvement creator I watched. I think it was about 10th grade. I got really into cold showers because I heard about all the benefits. You feel like a god after leaving the shower, which I experienced absolutely. So I took that very seriously. Of course, I was going to the gym a little bit before this, but not really that consistently. Cold showers was the first thing, self improvement habit that I became really consistent with. Like even on winter mornings, I would go take a freezing cold shower, and my parents thought I was crazy. And then shortly after that, I started meditating, and then sleeping on the floor was another thing I did. And my parents thought I was crazy for that one too. I would literally like put a mat next to my bed and sleep on that instead of my bed. And the point of that was to relieve back tension and stuff, like the health benefit. But the more rewarding thing for me was the challenge that came with sleeping on the floor every night and the discipline it took to get myself to sleep on the floor when my bed was right next to me. So I was trying my best to be as extreme as possible on self improvement. But there was one problem. I was still a degenerate. Even with all these good habits that I was doing, like taking cold showers and sleeping on the mat, I was still doing really stupid shit. I was still addicted to porn and jacking off. So I would literally beat my shit and then take a cold shower to try to redeem myself and regain the energy I lost. Even though I switched from the bed to the floor, I was still beating my meat, but it was just on the floor. And with that, I realized that there is a period in self improvement, some kind of purgatory, where you're kind of both on self improvement but still like a degenerate. You could literally be meditating under a tree in the morning and then an hour later you're doing drugs. It's completely realistic in this journey. And that period can be much longer than you think. For me, it was about 2 years long. And I think I just ended it like a while ago. Because I think a month ago I still would have been in that period. You see how crazy that is? Usually most people think that's going to be like a few months of like, suffering and, some like problems and mistakes that occur. But it's actually a lot more than you think for many people, especially me, right? And the fact that that period is so long, it can really make you question during that period, am I really on self-improvement? Am I really taking it seriously? It can be really hard not to question if you're actually on this path, which is why I made this video to remind you that even while you're on self-improvement, you will do degenerate things. You may even do things that are worse than the stuff you did before you even knew about self-improvement or started it. And it's this reason that so many men say that self-improvement doesn't work and actually makes your life worse. But this is not true. You just need to push through this transition period and have like an unrealistically high level of optimism that you're going to get the results. And it will help you push through all the mistakes that you make and all the problems you encounter. Because you don't become a new version of yourself immediately when you decide that you're going to start self-improvement. You are doing self-improvement so you can slowly become that new version of yourself. And that is difficult. There are tons of obstacles and challenges on this path. And that makes sense because the rewards are so amazing and they're worth the struggle. It's impossible to know how long it's going to take. It could take days, months, years, even a decade. For me, it took about like 2 years, right? But you should just not give a fuck about how long it's going to take because you know that someday you're going to get the rewards and you'll probably make it before you even know it. And you'll be so glad you went through all that struggle. I know I definitely did. There were so many times I could have just thought like gooning in porn is normal and shit, but obviously it's not possible for me to believe that because I was stuck on this path. It's kind of like a mindset that can't change. And I know it's not possible for you either. This video won't change your life. You will.